Hi, I'm Morgan Manson with Morg TV. Let's get started, shall we? Today we are going to be having some fun with the undead. Right now I'm doing a small scale up close project that you guys can see one-on-one how I do my special effects makeup. This makeup is a homemade solution. It is latex free and good for the skin, believe it or not. And it's very cheap and affordable to make. No, I will not give you my secret. Right now what I'm doing is I've already applied the prosthetic that I've already pre-made, and now I am going to be highlighting all the nooks and crannies with a pink and red tinting. Pretty much any hole, crack, or crevice that you see will be filled in with a light red or pink. We basically want the skin to look bruised. Most people think, oh well, let's apply this on top after most all the prosthetic is done. No, that needs to be your base color. Any good special effects artist will tell you that you want things to look natural, and the best way to make it look like a natural rotting chunk of flesh is to do bruising under the skin. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking a paintbrush and some cheap lipstick, go Dollar Tree, and I am painting it into every crack and cranny, and now I'm going to finger blend it as best that I can. Here in a second I'm going to get a black eye crayon, and I'm going to be painting in the nooks and crannies again. Now what this does is it gives it shading. Shading is very important. It gives it, it makes the red pop. It gives it kind of a highlight and a low light at the same time. It will define pretty much everything. Now I've applied a few different colors, so still keeping with the shading motif. I've already placed some purples and some yellows and some dark browns and a few light greens in order to give the skin a nice decayed effect. Basically you want the flesh to look dirty. It's a zombie, not a saint, so let's keep it nasty. Add a little bit of orange, and you want to powder this on with a brush. You don't want to paint it on with a small paintbrush. You want to get a good size 305 blush brush if possible. Now I'm painting in the bone. These are products by Clean Color, and eyeshadow that's white by Clean Color is really good, so I use that for the bone. Now I'm working on the veins on the hand. These veins are prosthetic. I made them previously and laid them out and applied them. I'm going ahead and going over them with purples and blues. This is going to give it a good, nice septic feel to it. You want your zombie to look like, gangrene's just set in and it's fixing to get real nasty. Adding a little bit of yellow to highlight everything, make it look a little bit more septic and rotting. On top of the purples and greens, it makes it look like a nice decaying flesh color, almost like the color of bile. Okay, now I have just mixed a ballistics gel solution, and I've added some red food coloring to it in order to create a nice shiny gory blood that does not stick to everything. The worst thing about being a zombie is getting in your nice little cavalier and getting, blood all over your seats. So I choose a cleaner method that looks very realistic. And there's our finished product. Nice gory zombie arm. This next project is from Andrew Bayer Photography. He found me a really great model. She was very patient. The best thing to do when you have a model is to keep them happy, allow them to talk on the phone, allow them to have a cigarette if they want one, have lunch, walk around, joke with them. If you notice, I am talking to her almost the whole time. I'm trying to make sure that she's comfortable. A happy model equals a happy special effects artist. You're not going to do a good job if there's no morale, just like any in the office type of environment. The morale means a lot for the workplace, and this follows the same suit. As you can see, I'm still following the same shading techniques that I typically follow with any of my makeup jobs. I started with the reds and now I'm applying the blacks. You will be seeing my effects crew walking around the background, as well as Andrew Bayer himself. We were very busy that day. We had 5 hours worth of production going on, and these guys are really great. I mean, we got to give them credit. They did a really good job. As you can see, I've made muscle tissue and went ahead and gave her chunks of decaying flesh around her neck and ear area. At this time, I've asked a few of my crew members to help. I needed assistance on making sores on my living dead girl's body. So I had one of my crew members begin that for me, which is just pulling on the prosthetic and allowing it to look like a hole. Typically, I cover up the eyebrow, but I was unable to this time. My model actually had to go to work about an hour after we did our shoot, so I decided to improvise and use a black sunken in look. So instead of showing another 4 hours worth of makeup application, I'm going to show you our finished product. This is our living dead girl, complete with ripped out rib cage, bruised body, torn holes and sores in her arms, and of course our melted zombie face. Now that she's all made up and zombie-licious, I suppose we should send her on her way to her photo shoot. Well, girls and guys, that's all for now. See me next week on Morgue TV.